Up. You mentioned it a second ago, when you were 2 years old, put it on the screen for the audience to see. Can you kind of break down this video a little bit, just some of the things people might not know about it?
A lot of things I feel help me is kind of like a goldfish memory.
Yeah, just sit. Don't let that be too much, dude. Come on. Sad day.
You know Norm Macdonald? Have you ever heard of him?
No.
So he used to do Weekend Update on SNL. We had our face painted. I was wearing a suit. I went, Lamar Stevens, I love you! And I went, I love you too, man. That was the greatest time. Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the Jodas Hour. It's been a little bit, but now we have a new challenge to announce. Over the next 100 days, we have 17 episodes to go until we reach episode 50. That will line up with the end of my first 2 years at Michigan State, so right around there we'll be halfway. 2 more years to reach 50 more, reach episode 100 by senior year. Check out the new TikTok for the Jodas Hour as well. But for this episode, what really matters, Lorenzo, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We got Lorenzo Pinili coming over from Michigan State Golf. He is one of the best golfers in Michigan at the moment, has won junior PGA championship so far, a couple of state championships as well. Believe I may have mixed those two a little bit together, but yeah, junior PGA state championships, I should be saying, as well as being named Mr. Golf. Can you give the audience a little bit of a timeline of your journey so far?
Well, obviously I'm here in college, and it's been a long journey. I've been playing since I was 2 years old, so there's actually a video on YouTube of me doing that. And so, swinging a club since I was 2. Dad's been always fond of golf, so we'd go and hit balls when I was younger. And I played my first competitive tournament when I was 6. And so since I was 6 years old, I've been playing competitively in golf. So what is that? 13 years. So I've got a lot of experience. I've come a long way. And I'm here now, but there's been a lot of junior events, like the local ones. I started off with the local ones, and those were pretty tough at first. But then as I started getting better at golf, we started going in the Midwest, like Ohio and Illinois. And then from there, I got into a couple like national level events. And so it's been enough for me to get my spot here, though. So
yeah, while I pull up some for the audience to see and for you to see in this room as well, because we actually have capabilities of using these TVs now. Never been able to do that in Jodas Hour before. Making history today, Lorenzo. Can you tell the audience a little bit about how it has felt being competitively in golf for 2/3 of your life now?
Being competitive in golf, I think it's been pretty nice. Playing the sport, well, obviously it's an individual sport. It's very different from playing basketball. And I've played basketball in middle school, so I've gotten the feeling of being on a team versus, being accounted for all of your mistakes and all of your actions. And so playing golf competitively for that long, I've learned a lot of lessons and a lot of things about life. And I just think that golf is the best sport, in my opinion. And so 2/3 of my life haven't gone to waste, I think. And, I just look forward to keep playing. And hopefully I can keep playing until I'm 60 competitively.
Yeah, very good chance. How would you say having that much experience, you've had so many years of your life spent on a golf course, has affected your view of the game compared to somebody who might have picked up when they were 15, 16?
Yeah, well, obviously, the more you do something, the better you get at it. And, just by doing a lot, your experience goes up. And so I'll see a lot of things like how a person approaches a hole or how a person approaches a golf course. And I'll see how different it is compared to how I have to, because at this level, it's kind of like you're literally looking at every single detail and everything from tee to green. Even if the hole is dead straight, you always got to place the ball in a certain position to get that little advantage. And so it's interesting to see like the difference of how I see the game and how like another person might.
Yeah, I saw something where you were mentioning that driving would probably be the weakest aspect of your game. I gotta let you not be humble for a second. What is your usual drive around yardage-wise?
Yardage-wise, I want to say 280 carry
Oh my God.
And around 300 total. But, that's give or take, right? Could be shorter. I could catch one a little hot on the face, go a little further.
Yeah, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger saying the weakest part of his lifting is his bench pressing. That's insane, dude. 300.
Yeah.
What I want you to fill that time with so I could bring this up. You mentioned it a second ago. When you were 2 years old, put it on the screen for the audience to see. Can you kind of break down this video a little bit, just some of the things people might not know about it?
All right, well, this is, obviously, I'm 2 years old. This is at C.J. Barrymore's in, I forgot where it is, but it's 30 minutes away from my house at that time. And I've got a nice fit on. I don't know where that jacket is. I think I'm wearing Crocs too, so quite the fit. And shorts are really long. But I have real clubs in my hand, and I think they're not plastic ones, so they're legit clubs. And I remember them being pretty heavy. And you can just see how I swing it, how heavy it looks. But my dad lines me up, and somehow I make contact. Wow, that went in the air. Oh, that's not bad.
A few of them went flying.
Yeah, that one went flying, and to be honest, I don't remember this at all. But I mean, right there, making good contact. I mean, I don't think a lot of people can get the ball in the air like that. But
I've had a few hits on one of those driving ranges that are worse than the hits you're having at 2 years old right now, Lorenzo.
Well, this guy looks like he's better than me now. Look at him. But yeah.
No, that's awesome. The fact that your mom was there to document that. Let's see one last hit. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fact your mom was there to document that. I believe you said that your dad was there setting up the tee for you. Yep. How much of an influence have your parents had in your journey to where you are right now?
Oh, gosh. They literally have given me every single opportunity I have now. Golf is not a cheap sport. You know, equipment costs a lot. You know, entering tournaments costs a lot. And so there's all these expenses, and you know, they've been able to provide that for me and my brother, which is really nice. And getting me to a good school in high school, and just giving me all the resources I really need to become the best I can. So I just give them thanks for everything.
Yeah, it helps so much when your parents are in your corner. I've talked about it countless times on this show. Love to see that for you, Lorenzo. You mentioned your brother just a second ago. Can you talk about that experience of playing last year, playing rounds of golf with your brother competitively?
Yeah, so I was able to play 2 years with him in high school, and that was really nice. We've never really played a sport together on a team. Like some brothers will play on a football team together in high school, but golf, it's more uncommon to be a team sport. But so it was really nice. We pushed each other in the best ways we could, make each other better. He beat me a couple times, and he didn't let me hear the end of it. But honestly, at the end of the day, it just made me better. And I like that we were able to make each other better, being on the same team, playing competitively. So
just like that video of you golfing at 2 years old, I saw a video of your brother doing the same exact thing at about 8 years old. Mm-hmm. Does he plan to play college for golf, or is that not something in his mind right now, or what's the whole situation there?
Yeah, he does. He's on that path too. He's talking to a couple schools, and he's still got a lot of time left, but he'll be able to go D1, I believe it.
Is he a junior right now in high school?
He's a junior in high school.
Any chance of him reuniting here in East Lansing?
I wouldn't say there's not a chance, but I want to say there's a high chance.
Yeah.
So,
also don't want you to blur the lines between I don't know what we can say, what we can't say. That was more of a joking question. But no, that's awesome, dude. Having your family, everyone around you be so interested in that, how did that affect your growth and your passion for it when you're surrounded by people who love the game so much?
I just motivated me more, seeing how all my family, not even my mom and dad, but like my aunts and uncles, they all just followed my progress in this game, and like saying, "Oh wow, you're so good. You keep it up. I can see you being a pro. Buy me a house when you're a PGA pro." And I said, "Yeah." Like just having that support, and like nobody was like, "Oh, you should it was just nice, and it just made me keep going, even though there were times I wanted to quit. It helped me keep going.
I think that a lot of the time when you're not getting support, it's just the biggest killer of dreams. That happens to so many people. Great that it didn't happen to you. With people in your corner, you were having to push yourself to separate yourself from competition. I saw somewhere that you told people that right now, golf is probably the most competitive it's ever been, whether that's due to Tiger Woods' influence, just a whole infosphere around the internet now around golf. What would you say you have done to separate yourself, whether it's techniques, whether it's ways that you've spent your days, from that competition that has grown so fierce?
Well, I'm definitely putting more hours in, and being at Michigan State, being able to practice during the winter is huge, and obviously it's hard to practice in the snow, but our facilities here are really nice, and I didn't have those facilities back at home, and so I feel like I'm already at past where I am now than a couple of years ago, and so I'm just practicing more, and the team, the coaches, the support I have at Michigan State, everybody's really intelligent. They know what they're doing. And so obviously as a freshman, college is a new type of game of golf. And so I'm just trying to learn as much as I can from them. And just recently watching Nick Dunlap win that PGA Tour event, just learning at what he's doing differently than I am and trying to follow too, because he's living my dream right now. he won a PGA Tour event, and he's only 1 year older than me. So it just proves that, I'm not super, super far away, but what is he doing differently that I need to do as well? And so I'm just looking at what can I learn from the team, what can I learn from my mistakes, and then what can I learn from all the people that are being successful. So
When you said the game of golf is different in college, can you elaborate a little bit more about what you mean on that?
yeah, so in high school and junior golf, usually they don't want to set up the courses too hard because, it's junior golf, right? Well, a couple tournaments are set up hard, but most of them are set up, pins easy, the courses aren't super hard, not long. But college golf, it hit me like a brick wall. So basically my first tournament was one of the harder courses I've played in tournament golf with the wind and everything, and pins are always tucked. So, the setup was really hard, and it just shocked me. I just kind of wasn't prepared for it. And so it's just a whole nother step up, and you don't see any of that in high school golf. So
No, I got to bring up one last video here, Lorenzo. There's another one of you when you were about 8 or 9 years old, golfing at a driving range right in the snow. You talked about a second ago how you don't have to golf in the snow when you're at Michigan State. You have the facilities for it.
Right.
Can you bring some of the people in the audience behind some of those scenes that they didn't see of you taking that extra step to put the work in, whether it was rigorous, whether it was just excruciating, however you want to say it. I won't put words in your mouth here.
yeah, so you're basically asking like the sacrifices I've made?
Yeah, well, can you
Okay.
just give one or two examples of just a sacrifice that you made that you still reflect back on, thinking like maybe how did I do that? Because it might seem so hard now.
Right. Well, obviously one of them is that, hitting in the cold and, sacrificing my body when I was little, but that's not too big of a sacrifice. I think one of the bigger sacrifices I've made was kind of sacrificing my social life. I've mentioned in other podcasts before, but it's really hard to have a really, really social life and hanging out with your friends all the time, and then also putting all the work you need in golf. And so I've kind of pushed aside social life and friends and put all my time in golf. And so my friends would be, spending time with each other, hanging out, and then I'd have a whole day of golf, and then that would be my summer. I'd just have practice days, and my friends would be doing whatever they want. And so that was one of the bigger sacrifices I've made. I wouldn't say it's not like a huge, huge sacrifice, but it's definitely one that it's a big deal.
Were there ever moments that you remember during those summers where you're getting a little bit fed up with it? Like I'm putting in so much work here, or was it always just I know that I want to do this? Like, was there ever any doubt?
When I was little, for sure.
Yeah.
Like 8, 9, like, oh, my friends are all playing, and I want to hang out with them. And my parents were good at, because they knew what my goals were, and I made it clear. But there were times where I wanted to veer off of it. And so 8 and 9, I was kind of like, not really. I remember I wanted to quit one time just because of how sick I was of the game. But we grew out of that, and the more I played, the more I loved it. And so when I was in high school, pretty much in middle school as well, I kind of just accepted that fact and said, if I really want to be good and I want to make pro, that's just one of the sacrifices you're going to have to make. And so having that, it really wasn't that bad anymore because I knew what I needed to do. So
I think the fact that you were able to get through those growing pains when you were young is just massive, Lorenzo, because if you had that starting to happen right around sophomore year of high school, that could have affected your entire recruiting journey, your entire future. Getting that out of the way when you're 8 or 9, not that bad. Pretty good scenario for that overall.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, since you've been doing it since you were so young, I assume now that what your goal is for this to be a professional career after college?
Yep, that's right. Mm-hmm.
So that is the goal. You said your dream was what just happened, the guy who just won PGA Championship, 20 years old. What is the goal right now for just this year in general?
This year, I want to have a really good bounce back from the fall season. So this spring season, I want to be able to win one event as a freshman, and I think that's a pretty good goal, and I know I can attain that if I work hard enough. And so that's one of them. And then as a team goal, I want to qualify for the NCAA regionals, so we have a chance at playing in the national championship. And so those are my 2 goals, and I'm going to work as hard as I can to get those done.
Yeah, you have been just someone who has been great at setting goals. I saw that you set the goal of winning Mr. Golf and also winning individual states right before your senior year of high school. Accomplished both of those. What has been something or someone in your life that drives you to be so hardworking in the goals that you set?
I'd say my mom.
Yeah.
She catches me slacking sometimes. I can't lie. there's a lot of times where I just want to be lazy and not go and hit balls. But, she'll be on me and like, go hit balls today. Go practice. Keep practicing. You got it. And you know what? Now that I look back at it, she's right. I mean, her encouragement, even though it wasn't harsh encouragement, it's like loving encouragement. She said it really nice. And so having that, looking at it now, it really helps. And so I'll give her credit too. And then, of course, my dad always motivates me and tries to help me the best he could. So those two people, surprise, surprise, they've really had an impact on my career and my motivation.
Well, we're back to talking about your family for a little bit. Can we talk about your brother a little bit more? That relationship of you both being golfers, both people who were playing on the same exact team for those 2 years. What were those training sessions like together when you got to spend that extra time with your brother?
It was pretty cutthroat. I'm not going to lie. He didn't take anything from me. I didn't take anything from him. And, if we did drills, I'd make sure he did it. And if I veered off or did a drill wrong, he'd give me stuff for it and make sure I did it right. And so I kind of like that. You can't really sleep because you don't want your brother to be better than you, right? And so I thought that was a unique experience that not a lot of people will have, because it's one thing when you and a teammate's doing it, where you're being competitive, but it's another when you and your brother's doing it. So
especially your little brother, you don't want your little brother taking a leg up on you.
I can't let him beat me.
So I saw you also play a few other sports when you were younger. You played basketball, I believe I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Was that something that you ever were really trying to push for, or was it always just golf? Because I know a second ago you said there were no doubts. Were there ever times where basketball was taking time away from golf? You kind of had to set aside, or what's the situation there?
No. Basketball, it's a winter sport, so it's like I'm not playing that much golf anyway.
Good point.
And so 7th, 8th grade is just something to do, something to run around with and get a little bit more fit. I actually like basketball a lot, though. I love playing it. And so, but I never had any sort of vision of playing professionally. I knew I just didn't have it in basketball. Yeah. So I never really took my eyes off of golf.
So are you a Pistons fan?
I am not a Pistons fan.
Really? What team are you a fan of?
I'm a New York Knicks fan.
Oh, come on.
I'm a Knicks fan.
I'm a Celtics fan,
oh,
man.
No.
Dang. Okay,
no.
Dang, that's tough, but it's okay. I'll still share the story with you. I think you'd find this funny, Lorenzo. Yeah. Over break for winter, I got these Christmas tickets. I got these tickets to go see the Celtics. It was like row 1 right behind their benches. Awesome tickets. Really sweet setup. There's this guy, Lamar Stevens. He doesn't get that much playing time. He's one of the mainly bench players. But we were close enough we could yell to him, and he hasn't really been trained enough to fully not look at the crowd. Like, you'll see Porzingis, Tatum, all of them. They'll be doing the fake looks around where they don't actually see you. Lamar Stevens staring right at us. We had our face painted. I was wearing a suit. I went, Lamar Stevens, I love you. And I went, I love you too, man. That was the greatest time. It was so sick, though.
Oh, my gosh.
But no, that's something also. With golf, it's a little bit different from basketball. It's a little bit less of a social aspect where you have teammates that you're yelling to. You don't really have people. A lot of the times at golfing events, the crowd will be majorly silent. It won't be people yelling, hey, Lorenzo, give me a look, or anything like that. But what is that aspect of golf? Does that kind of bring you closer to? Do you like the fact that you get a little bit more one-on-one with the game, or what is kind of your view of that extra time alone?
Yeah, it makes you think in your head. You can really find yourself in that, you can find a lot of independence, and you don't really need to rely on other people a lot. So I feel like having a game that relies solely on you, all the mistakes are on you, everything is on you, it kind of grows you as a person to be independent. I like that. And you can always grow into a team environment, right? You can always become a better player. But I feel like golf being an individual sport versus playing basketball on a team sport, you can grow yourself individually better.
How did that independence affect you when you first came to college? Because a lot of people, when they're coming to college, it's their first time spending long periods of time away from their parents. You had those hours on a golf course at times. Did that affect it at all?
Yeah, well, it definitely prepared me a little bit, but it's still nothing like leaving home. Yeah. But yeah,
tiny bit though.
A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. Had to figure it out. How has your year so far here been? How have you adjusted? Was it a simplistic thing where you just immediately were able to get to it, or was it something weird? Because you've mentioned how your parents, your family have been major motivators for you. Was it something feeling like where it was lacking, not having them around?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different. The contact between my parents it's definitely not like face to face, so it's never gonna be the same. And so I don't have their encouragement or their support face to face, which is really nice. So it's over phone. So I was pretty much by myself, playing in the tournaments, and of course, I'd say I didn't play well at all. And so not having their support was kind of tough. But that's only, it kind of just showed me that the only way to go is up from here. And so it kind of just showed that, if I can get through this moment individually, I can get through anything I want.
Yeah, you can't reach the top without being at rock bottom.
Exactly. So I like that. I learned that this season. And so for next season, hopefully I can stay on top of it.
Is it mostly mindset things that you would say have been kind of troubling you for those?
Yeah, I want to say my mindset it wasn't the greatest. Like, it's been a lot stronger. But, I got really discouraged this season just because of the way I was playing. I wasn't really confident in where I was swinging it. And so I put a lot of work in this season so far, trying to perfect my swing and perfect my my consistency so I can be the most consistent player I can. And so hopefully it's going good right now, and we're going to start in a couple of weeks here, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I wish you nothing but the best for that, Lorenzo. It sucks when your confidence gets down low because it's just something that's so hard to escape from. This might be something that brings up your confidence. We're going to step aside for a little bit. Lorenzo, you're going to face me in a golf simulator. You're going to be doing a 7-iron for the entire whole series. Might be 2 holes, might be 3 holes. We'll decide this after when we get on site. I'm going to be using the regular clubs. We're going to see how you do against me. Might do 1 hole where you can use any club you want. Let the crowd see what the real difference is when we're actually playing the game of golf. We'll be back from that in 1 second.
All right, hole 1, par 4, Pine Brook Country Club, Massachusetts, in the United States. Lorenzo Pinili with the first tee shot of the inaugural Joe Dez Podcast Championship.
Oh, no, this is going to be a rough start for me.
And that is out there.
You almost get 200 on that? Dude, you're going to outdrive me with a 7-iron. Oh, nope, that's right in the ground.
Oh, it's out of bounds.
Starting off on hit number 3. Oh, that's right in the sky. Might be a good 50 yards on it, but it's in play.
Oh, no, you got 209 on it.
Oh, let's go.
You got me.
Gotta take the small victories here, man.
We'll take the small victories. I'm rooting for you, honestly.
We're gonna be trying to set us up for a nice up and down. That's what we're doing here.
Come on, get up. All right.
We set for the up and down.
There.
We
She's
set
down
it.
there.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Oh man, got the curve on and everything.
Down, get ball. Sit.
Dude, the hill in the front. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I mean, you're gonna hit it, right?
Try for one more sky ball. Oh nope, and we pile drived it.
Get up. Oh.
We line drived her right into the. Looks like I'm back up. Good 14 yards on that one there.
Oh, there you go. Get up. Yeah, sit. And you're on.
We'll take that.
148? I just had this distance.
Right down the middle.
Simmer, simmer. No!
Oh, almost pinned it, dude.
That's tough. Oh, yeah. Get down there.
There we go. We can be happy with that. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We're going to come back. You got any tips for sand trap shots?
Open the face though, like this.
That has been my problem this whole. Every time I've tried hitting a sand shot, I never regret. Oh no!
Get up. Oh no! Oh no!
Second time is a charm.
Get up.
There we go.
Simmer.
Oh no!
Almost hit the pin. All right, you're not in the bunker anymore though. Ooh, a little touchy shot, 8 yards. Oh, that's so fast.
Yeah, green's
that
running.
Might be a bogey for me.
You think so?
That might be a bogey. I don't think I'm gonna make that one.
I'm hitting for bogey now, dude. Oh, it might be too much.
Simmer,
Yeah, it's way too much. No, please.
Simmer.
Please, no. No.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Down the bunker. Worst case scenario, bunker.
Inches away.
There we go. Oh, that's kind of money.
I'll take that.
Oh, she is down there. Good recovery.
Stripe down the middle.
Go. Oh, that didn't go.
Round does not start off how we want. +8 through 2. Lorenzo's on in 2. I am still very far back after my second hit. Lucas is stepping in, saving me, providing a celeb shot. Lucas, I imagine, will do much better than me here. Lorenzo, you ever hear the good old story about the turtle and the hare?
Oh, I have.
That's exactly what we're gonna see right here.
Slow and steady?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the turtle started off, turtle started off like plus 12, came back in that one, so see what happens here.
Oh, there you go. Get up. Whoa!
There we go.
Next hole, par 3. Oh no, I'm cooked here. Oh, I'm cooked here. This is 100 yards. I have 7.
Oh, this is where it's coming in. This is where we need it.
That is.
Hammered! Oh no!
Oh, actually, that's pretty.
I knew it. I knew it, dude.
Oh no way! He just makes it again!
Oh no! Started to infect my entire team here.
Yeah.
Just popped out.
Get on the green. Oh my goodness! Am I watching Tiger Woods?
Stop, please. Yes.
Hole 5, par 4. Be a little cute with this one. I'm gonna give this a little hookage. So right to left curvature.
Oh.
Heck no. Sit. Simmer, simmer, simmer.
There we go.
That's fine.
I'm taking that, dude. Yeah.
And he's down there. Sit.
He did. I know.
Yes!
Oh, that's right down. See, in reality, it's even worse, dude.
Oh!
Oh, might be right in the sand trap.
Oh!
Yep. All right, let's pop this up. One last one. We'll take that. Hell yeah.
So par 4. Try to get this in the fairway. I'm gonna go with the right to left curve once more. Oh, I hit that one so good.
Oh, dude. Got the curve and everything.
Oh, is it not curving that much though?
I thought it was curving way more.
Woo! Go! Go ball! I got 206 on that one.
It's not bad, dude.
No, not bad at all.
Hitting them too low, dude. Ah, keep striping it, dude.
Get up. Oh, wow, it went through.
The amount of times I've actually done this in golf, dude, just 60-yard gain after 60-yard gain. At least hurts a little less in video game form. Oh.
Oh no.
Aimed
Oh,
in. Okay. Well, now we're getting to the real portion of golf. This is what the Jonas Hour viewers don't see.
Oh, it's me now. Switch up a little.
Give the elbows and shoulders a break on my end. Make sure the ligaments aren't torn.
Simmer, simmer. Soft.
Oh,
Oh, that might be a
Dang.
birdie. There you go.
need some air, dude. There we go. Let's get on here.
Oh!
There we
Yeah!
go. Dude, for some reason, the last approach shot has been great. Everything else in my game, terrible, dude. You ignore the 9 shots before that approach shot?
And then
Amazing.
Alrighty, hole 7. I've got quite the lead. I've got a little bit of a cushion. Going with the hook again. I'm gonna try to hit this as hard as I can. Uh-oh. I don't think that one's curving back. Oh, it did.
Oh, you're getting the curve, dude.
Ooh, every time I worry it doesn't curve back.
It always curves back.
Curves back. Did I hit 200 with that one too? Yeah!
Nice 216. Which was,
Oh!
got the wrong curve, but it's okay. Left it wide open, dude. You got a good 200. That's not bad.
No, not bad.
Just had a stinger through the middle here, dude.
Nice little low shot. Let's see it.
Been hitting
Let's
them
see what
low
you
all
got.
day, so this one's gonna be a perfect flop shot. There we go.
Right.
That's what we want. No way. Okay.
Oh!
Dude, you started the round saying that you got a little cushion. You're up 16.
All right, 161. Get close.
Oh,
I don't know if that's close enough for birdie though. Please,
birdie keeps
just
escaping
one
you,
birdie.
dude. Good 107s.
Oh,
Too far left. Dang.
hey, you got a chip at birdie though.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Could make a par here.
Could make a par. If I hit this chip out of the hole, dude, we got a nice par. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Just roll on the green. Just stay on the green.
Oh no!
It's rolling
Oh!
off. The one place I couldn't hit it, I lifted my eyes. Lifted the eyes like a fool, dude. Oh man, I can't even imagine what my parents are gonna say when they see me.
Oh god.
You're gonna be wondering what I've been doing every time I say I've been
Work
golfing.
in progress, right?
Yeah.
Sit.
That's gotta be way too much.
Sit.
Just sit.
Spin.
Just sit. Just.
No!
I should have just putted it first time, to be honest. I got fancy. That's what I should have done this entire time, dude.
There we go. Oh.
If I'd done that on the first one, dude, it would have been sitting with the bow. It would have been the best score of the day on my end.
Hey, but now you know. It's a game of learning.
Exactly.
At this point, I'm just experimenting. Ooh. Ooh, missed it on this one. That's gonna be a tough second.
Finally, take a practice swing, 8 holes in.
There you go. There we go.
Left everything open today, dude.
Sit.
We're just gonna hope and pray that somehow
see
the
it.
simulator repays us for all the pain we've taken today. Oh, nope.
Oh,
They
no.
were not. They were not.
no.
They were very angry. They were not plentiful. It's a real humbling day. Real humbling day for me, Lorenzo.
That means you just gotta play more golf.
Exactly.
That's your sign. There. That's solid.
Through
right
the
there.
trees.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
This is another tricky distance here. Run up.
Is that the distance?
Come on.
Oh.
Yes.
I think the viewers are seeing me 5 times more than you swings.
Give him a show.
Yeah, give them something here.
Simmer.
Yeah, just sit. Just sit. Don't let that be too much, dude. Come on. Sad day. It's a sad day, Lorenzo. That's all I'll say.
Get through. Oh, now it's that sit.
No. Come on. Come on, dog. Come on. Come on.
Oh my goodness, that almost went in the bunker.
I know, dude.
All right,
There we go.
on the putting surface.
One last hole. Yes.
This one's for all the marbles.
8 warm-up holes, 1 real one.
All right, whoever wins this hole wins the whole thing. Great start.
Yeah, very good start, dude. Right in the middle. Oh, yeah. Right in the fairway. This is gonna be a rough one to follow after that.
There we go.
There we go.
Short grass. 300 left though. You got quite. Yeah, you still got some meat on the bone.
Yeah, these 150 drives are killing me. Gripping too high. Dude.
Let's give it a whirl. Gonna have to give this a little extra pepper.
Oh.
No, it just drew too much. Oh no. All right.
It's not bad.
Ooh,
dude.
that's gonna be a tough shot though. Oh, that's good contact right there.
Take that one, dude. Really hoping on its finest way to the bunker. 81 away. Got this for a 1 putt. We get par. I'd be pretty happy.
You're still in play here. If you get a 5, I mean, I'm not in yet.
Yeah, it could be.
Anything can happen.
Could be crazy here.
Oh.
Too far left. No.
Oh no!
I choked it, man. That's right on, dude.
Oh, okay. We'll take it. We're on the green.
You got the win, Lorenzo? Okay, let me just try finishing this run.
Oh.
We'll take that.
Oh my. That's a solid shot. Way to end it. Right
That's
there.
not bad.
That
I'm
deserves
happy
a
with
tip.
that ending.
There we go.
Lorenzo, come here, shake my hand. Great
Great
game today.
playing. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, obviously, I think you all knew the result seconds into this. Once I took my first swing, we knew the result. Lorenzo won. Lorenzo, we're going to let you all get back to the interview. Lorenzo, thank you for letting me come here.
right.
Showing me around Michigan State's golf facility. This place
man.
is beautiful, man.
Yep.
And we are back, Lorenzo, already. Almost like magic. We're back here already. I'm thinking that's going to be a fun segment. See how that goes. Going to be trying to expand the Jodas Hour a little bit more now each episode. Got a few people coming on. Going to be trying a few new things, more entertainers. I told you about this a little bit, Lorenzo. Inviting actors, inviting actresses, inviting musicians, inviting people who make music, writing it, vocalists, all those types of people. We're going to have it. We're going to have them on. We're going to keep improving the show. Lorenzo, we're going to continue with your interview while you have you here. So far, I saw that you had described, I believe it was in North Carolina, one of the most beautiful golf courses that you played. I believe that the name of that golf course was Pinehurst number 2. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Do you remember what the hardest course you ever played was?
You know, I'm gonna have to say Olympia Fields, and I'm saying that because we played it in an event this fall, and they set it up pretty hard. So it's kind of scarred me a little bit. It scared me a little bit, but yeah, that's definitely the hardest course I played. so far.
Was there something that separated a little bit from the other competition?
Oh yeah, for sure. You mean competition between the other golf courses?
Yeah, between the course. I mean, was there like just a major water pit on some of the holes, or was it a lot more sand, or what would you say?
The fairways were so tight. I mean, some fairways would be like 30 yards, 20 yards wide, and if you missed the fairway, you're in the rough, and the rough was pretty thick too. So it's like you couldn't miss. You couldn't miss, or else you were in trouble. And I've never been in that situation before. Usually, if you miss, you'll be all right. Like you can scratch around par, but if you miss in the wrong spot, you're already looking at bogey, even double. And so I thought that course was pretty hard.
Yeah, tight greens can kill you. I've lost over this summer. I played one course that was so tight. It was like Norton Country Club. Probably lost 10 sleeves, maybe even more balls in like 2 rounds of golf. It's crazy, man. Just shredding money at that point.
Oh, yeah.
But no, that is crazy to see that still affects you guys. Even D1 athletes are facing the tight fairway problem. We need to stop that. We need to stop the tight fairways, extend them a little bit. On the flip side of it, what I would like to know from you, Lorenzo, that course is the hardest. But was there ever a hole, not on that course in particular, hole in all your time in golf where you look back and think, that was the most perfect hole I ever played, where whether it was maybe a birdie, maybe an eagle, one of those situations where every stroke felt perfect, ball was landing almost like it was just getting blown there by the wind?
I play a lot of good holes. I'm just trying to, maybe I'll just go to one of my most recent ones. And it's a pretty good memory, I'd say. And so this was the USAM qualifier this summer around July, and at this point I knew I was playing really good, and I knew I was in the qualifier. So I mean, I knew I was going to make it. And so there's a whole story to this experience and this round, and basically I woke up, snapped out of it, and it was already the last hole, and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm playing really good today. And so I got the yardage, got my club, hit it perfectly to 4 feet, and made the putt on the last hole. And so I birdied the last hole, just hitting everything perfect and planning the shot. It was a little draw. The putt went dead center. And so that was one of my better memories of playing a hole pretty perfectly.
Yeah, now, Lorenzo, I've got to ask you about this. I've been trying to figure this out for so long. How do you stay in that mindset of when you're playing so good and then you realize, oh, I'm playing pretty good? Because every time I realize it, that's when everything falls apart for me. How do you kind of get back to that not thinking about what you already did face?
Well, the idea is staying in the moment. And now you just say stay in the moment, but it's so hard to stay in the moment, of course. Like you get ahead of yourself, or you look at that hole that you messed up the hole before. And so it's way harder than said. But a lot of things I feel help me is kind of like a goldfish memory. If you have a really good hole, let's say you make eagle, don't get ahead of yourself. Just forget that hole. Think about the next shot. And I think that's huge because it always just keeps you in the right mindset of the one shot you're working on. And so you're never thinking ahead of yourself. You're never thinking about the past. And I think that's a good way to stay in the moment.
Never heard the goldfish memory.
Memory?
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That's a good way to put it. Because then you forget whatever happened 5 seconds ago. You're always living in the moment. That's actually really cool.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's sick. So with the mental side of it, the fact that you have to put in time, make sure that you stay in the moment, stay present, was that more of something that your dad was pushing on you, or a coach, or your mom, or who kind of pushed that mental aspect for you to learn?
Just playing the game for a lot of years, you learn. I made so many mistakes, so many mental mistakes, and so you just learn from that. And then I also worked with a mental coach in my junior golf career. And so he was really good at teaching me a couple ways that you can calm yourself down, or different strategies to get you out of like a little hole in your head. And so the combination of those two, I've been picking and choosing, and I've just built my whole entire bag of my mental side. So
was that mental coach Dr. J, or is Dr. J somebody else? Am I mixing those two?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. J, okay.
Dr. J.
Can you explain your relationship with Dr. J a little bit? I saw a little bit about it, but not too much.
Yeah, so I think I had my first lesson with him maybe freshman year of high school, or maybe 8th grade year. And so we started off with the basics. He was teaching me ways that I can forget the past. And so goldfish memory, part of that is from him. And he called it staying in your bubble, so not letting outside factors affect you, such as like playing with a guy that's annoying or playing with a cheater. Right? That kind of gets in your head because you're always watching the other guy, making sure he doesn't cheat. And so he called it your bubble, and you stay inside your bubble until after you hit your shot. Then you pop your bubble, and then you can socialize, do whatever. But then before you hit your bubble, before you hit your ball, you gotta get back in that bubble. And so that was one of the bigger one of the biggest lessons I've learned from him, because no matter what it is, whether it's a positive thing, like a really exciting thing that you may just eagle, or maybe seeing someone show up that was going to watch you and you're really excited to see them, you kind of just got to block all the exciting things, all the negative things out, and it lets you focus on, the one shot. And so I've been working with him for a couple of years and been able to learn a lot from him. He's helped me a lot.
Seems like it's helped a lot. One of those things that has helped with is you won Mr. Golf last year. Can you explain how that experience just impacted you?
Yeah, that was really nice. So going to my senior year, I had a goal of winning individually and winning Mr. Golf, and that was the only thing that I had to complete the Grand Slam, or to complete my list of the high school accomplishments, because I already won team state championships for 2 years in a row, and then I had a bunch of other accomplishments that I accomplished. So the only two left were Mr. Golf and what was the other one? I just blanked out.
Individual states.
Individual states. And so I just kind of trained the whole entire off season for it, and I knew I could do it because I was close the last couple of years. I took second at states twice. And so being close to the individual state championship and knowing how good I played in high school golf and how I finished at states, I had to be close to Mr. Golf too. So I knew if I just put a little bit more effort, focused a little harder, I could do it. And so I just had my mindset on that, and I just did it.
So what happened when you won? Did they give you like a plaque, or I saw they wrote some newspaper articles and stuff, but how was that?
There were a couple articles written on me. The Mr. Golf trophy it's pretty big. It's like the biggest trophy I ever have. And then the individual state championship, I think I just got a little medal for it. But just being able to know that I won states individually is great, good enough for me.
Oh, imagine a great feeling. I got to ask, how mad were you after that second year of coming in second place, where it was, I did this last year, I'm in the exact same spot, so close to winning it. How much anger was there, and then how much just contentness was after the win?
2 years in a row. I hate losing, and so losing 2 years in a row, second, it didn't go too well with me, and so I kind of just took it with a grain of salt and had a chip on my shoulder and said, I'm not gonna let that happen to me again. And so I did that, and then what was the other part?
Okay. And then after winning it, was it just a wave of contentness after, or how did it feel?
For sure. I was able to shoot 8 under the first day and then 2 under the second day, which tied the state record. But I was disappointed because I wanted to beat it. And so I was one stroke away from beating it. But other than that, I was pretty disappointed in that. But other than that, I was pretty happy to know that I completed my whole list, because I knew what I had to do, and I was aware of what I was doing. And so just coming down the stretch, it just felt really good.
Testament to your work ethic that you can win states individually and still be disappointed that you didn't break the state record. You still tied it.
I tied it, yeah.
Still tied it. That's pretty good. I'd be holding my head high with that, to be honest. Can you reflect on any moments that you did feel just amazing about after, where something where I put in so much work, this step right here feels so gratifying to finally get?
I'd say qualifying for the U.S. Amateur last year was pretty gratifying. Probably one of the most gratifying moments of all summer. I played really well last summer, finishing my junior golf career nice in high school, and then doing well in the Michigan Amateur in the stroke play portion and in match play portion. But I feel like the most gratifying moment was qualifying for the USAM, because only 2 people out of the qualifier qualify, and you've got really good players in there. And really, it's the person that can have the best day out there. You can't bring out your average game and get away with it, because you only have 36 holes and 1 day to do it. So you got to show up. You got to have your A game. And so being able to show up, and honestly, I didn't even have my A game for the first 18 holes, but showing up with my A+ game on the second 18 holes, really just the last 9 holes, was pretty nice. And that was probably the best moment of the summer.
How was it actually playing in that tournament?
How was the course playing?
Yeah, or is that tournament still coming up?
Oh, the U.S. Amateur, yeah. That was a really good experience, I'd say. Not a lot of high schoolers playing it, and having that under my belt and experience was pretty nice going into college, I thought. And so, even though I didn't make it to match play, I was 4 strokes off of making it to match play. It was a really good experience, and that just kind of prepared me for high school, or for the college season, and I learned a lot from there. which is really good.
It's just bringing it back to a debate from a couple months ago. This one's completely dead, to be quite honest. I just want to get your opinion on it because I was trying to understand it from a non-golfer's perspective. Might as well get your actual golfer's perspective. Did you see that whole Barstool thing where they had the big golf tournament and it was a scramble tournament for Barstool, and there was one guy during the scramble, hits his ball, misses it by an inch, taps it in, still wants his teammate to hit the ball. What is your opinion about the ruling of tapping it in? Does the other person get to hit, or is that your final score for the scramble?
Okay. Technically, you have to take the score that was tapped in, technically. And so I didn't watch it, but I saw the clip. I don't know how serious they were playing. I don't know if there was like a huge amount of money on it or if they were just super competitive with each other, just playing for bragging rights. But I played in a PGA Junior League, and so that was like a serious thing, pretty competitive when I was little. And so if you putt first in a scramble and it's a tap-in, you tap it in, that's your score. Your teammate doesn't even get to go. So technically, the guy was right to call him out. But I didn't think that was a courteous move if they were just playing for fun, you know? Like, if I'm just playing a scramble with my friends, he does it. That's all right. But it just depends on how serious they were taking it. So
that's kind of what I saw from a lot of the professional golfers commenting on it. Like, if it was something where money's not involved, it's not that competitive, doesn't matter. But if it is something that matters, I think you should stick by the official ruling like you just said.
For sure.
So during those experiences on the golf course, have you ever had one of those where you're believing a call should go one way, the guy you're golfing with is kind of believing it should go the other way, or has that not been an experience you've had to handle?
Well, there's definitely been experiences where it's like in the penalty area, it's like, where should you drop? And like some people would try to make you drop in more harsh spots. And even though like you know exactly where it entered in the hazard, they would argue a little bit. But usually I've been pretty clean, I'd say. And usually at the end of the round, or we'd just call an official, and the official will just resolve it right there. And so I haven't really had like a huge problem with the rulings that much.
Yeah, have you ever seen that joke about how if you're playing last hole, it's the 18th hole, you're at the tournament, you're down neck and neck with one last guy, you and your buddy Jim. Jim and Hugh, both -5 at the same moment. He tees off, sends it flying over in the woods. You tee off, send it perfectly, sit in the middle of the fairway. Spend about 10 minutes helping him look for his ball. Can't find it. You say, okay, I'm going to go hit my ball. You keep searching. You go, hit your ball. Then you hear Jim say, oh, I found it. We're good. Hits it, smacks it onto the green, drops right next to the pin, tapped in, gets it for birdie. You end up botching a bit, get on the green 3, double putt, end up getting 5, you lose it. Do you take that liar's ball out of your pocket and show him that you know that wasn't his ball? Or do you just let that score sit?
Oh no!
Yeah, I actually really like that, John.
No.
There's a video that goes on for like 4 minutes about it, and then just ends with that, and it's like one of the best.
You take the liar's ball. You picked it up.
Yeah.
Oh my
so it's in your pocket. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Do you know what a sleepy dog joke is? Have you ever heard of a sleepy dog joke?
No, I haven't.
So do you know, this would make me really happy if you know this. I love stand-up comedians. Do you know Norm Macdonald? Have you ever heard of him?
No.
So he used to do Weekend Update on SNL. He used to do a bunch of really funny stuff. He used to be famous for doing. Have you ever seen Billy Madison? Adam Sandler?
Oh, Adam Sandler?
Yeah, Adam Sandler movie. So yeah, he was friends with Adam Sandler. But he was in Billy Madison. He was like one of the lazy friends in the good movie. But that's besides the point. Sleepy dog joke, or it might be lazy dog, something around the dog area joke, is basically you'll give a long, drawn-out setup just for nothing to really be the joke. It would be like the most boring ending. Like, he has this one joke called the moth joke, talking about this moth who went to go visit. It's supposed to be a psychiatrist, but he ends up saying like a foot doctor instead. Like I don't know what the word for foot doctor is, but he ends up saying that instead of a psychiatrist, and that's a whole joke. But then the moth is complaining, saying, I wake up every day. I look at my wife, barely recognize her. I look at my kids, they're sad, they're feeble. And it keeps going for like 5 minutes, doing this on Conan O'Brien. And he was like, yeah, my cab driver told me this on the way here. And gets to the end of it, and the doc goes, wow, Moth, you're really messed up, man. Like, you know I can't help you. I'm a foot doctor. Why would you even come in here? And the Moth looked at me and went, oh, you left the light on. It's just so stupid. But it's the best.
You draw it up for as long as you can. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Draw it out for as long as you can, just for the least satisfying, the most anticlimactic ending. But so good, man. But has there... Gotta get back to this interview. My bad. Get one on a long tangent about sleepy dog.
No, I'm going to try those on my friend. I'm just going to search one up or just make up something and then just... It'll be funny. Yeah. I like stuff like that, to be honest.
No, they're so... If you ever get the chance, anybody in the audience as well, look up Norm Macdonald's highlights. He has some of the funniest jokes. He was just so good. Passed away a few years ago. Hilarious comedian. Love that guy. Do you let's talk about this real quick while we talked about Adam Sandler a second ago. What's your opinion on Happy Gilmore on those golf movies?
Happy Gilmore. What a guy.
Yeah.
Respect him. He didn't give up. And he paid for his grandma's house. And so nothing wrong with him. Now, the way he did it, there's a couple things that they're a little questionable, but he did it. He did it. He was successful. And so, no, I love movies like that. Happy Gilmore is probably one of my favorite golf movies, or my favorite Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, I got to ask you, is it Happy Gilmore or Caddyshack? Which one are you picking over the other? Or are
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
It just hits home. I just remember watching that a couple times, like every day almost. Not really every day, but.
No, but still, Adam Sandler, great movie.
Love it.
Everyone knows that good old hockey putter. Like, that's all I think of every time I see putting now. It's just that big hockey putter. But no, it's great. Well, over the last few years, not just in movies and media and the internet, social media, golf has exploded. Over the years, it's become something where it went from being something that the rich do by themselves to now being everyone in the world seemingly wants to golf if they get the chance. Athletes in high school who stopped playing sports go on to golf. A lot of athletes in later life go on to golf. It's just a very popular sport. I don't think I need to expound upon it anymore. Right. What do you kind of view the future of golfing as? Do you think that that's going to be... Do you have anything in your mind that you think is going to change in the industry, or do you think it's just going to keep growing at this rate until it becomes something maybe like a professional league? Or I got to make sure I recorrect that before I say that. I don't want people online thinking I don't think there's professional golf leagues. But I mean, I meant like compared to like NFL, NBA, where it's consistently watched. I'm going to stop time before I make mistakes here.
No, the game is really popular, like you said. PGA Tour, a lot of people are watching. So many people watch the Masters and like the majors, and so I think that people are just gonna get more invested in it. And I think COVID helped out a little bit and got my generation more into it because people couldn't really do anything inside because of COVID, and so they got into golf. And so I think that generation is gonna keep going, getting passed down to the kids. Golf game's gonna keep growing, and in terms of like being more popular, LIV Golf, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think that's gonna keep expanding. They're just gonna keep doing different ways to compete in golf. So in a team way, I think LIV's gonna get bigger, and then the PGA Tour is just gonna match LIV, and so golf is just gonna get more competitive and more fun to watch, I think. So
that's why I made the disclaimer a second ago. I right as I said the professional word, started having those billion-dollar contracts pop into my head that I saw signed over the summers. I'm not letting people think I don't realize that there's professional golf already out there. What is your feeling about LIV Golf? Do you think it's good for the sport?
I actually do think it's pretty good, but there's just a couple things that are like, I don't know about that. I think it opens up more opportunities for people to play professional golf and make a living off of it. So I think it's really good for the people that need a career in golf and are looking for one. And so it just opens up more spots for people to play in it. Now, the one thing I don't know if I agree with was, I mean, obviously, if I was a golfer that made a ton of money, like maybe John Rahm or like, let's say Rory, if I was offered $100 billion, of course I'd take it. But like, then you look at the fact is like, do you really need the money? Like, honestly, I'd rather play on the PGA Tour than LIV because I don't know. I just like the individual aspect of it. And so there's that part. But I think LIV, overall, I would give LIV a plus.
Yeah, I think it's good over. Anything that's making it so there's more professionals in industry is almost at least sort of better, I view. But I do agree with you in the fact that there is something where you can make a lot of money in the PGA already. You don't need the flat-out billion-dollar contract just from the league. You've got sponsorships so much more. I think there's a purity to PGA adds into it a little bit. I do agree with you, though. I'd like to see your views on that because everyone has a different view. Some people fully despise the whole LIV name. Some people think that should replace PGA. A lot of very far leaning one side. I think most people end up right around the middle, like where you are, Lorenzo.
Yep.
Some good, some bad. That's how it is with almost everything. Throughout the last about 6-7 months since you've been part of Michigan State, since you've been a collegiate golfer, what would you say one or two of the biggest lessons you've learned so far is?
I would probably have to say that ball control. Well, in terms of golf, ball control is very important. Junior golf, like I said, I mentioned earlier, you can just spray it all over the place, and the courses aren't that hard. Pins are in the center, so you can get away with hitting driver way right, way left. In college golf, when they have pins tucked, you can't hit it to a certain side of the hole, or else you're screwed. And so that was like the biggest thing I've kind of learned in the golf aspect. And now, but personally, what I've learned is that with all the opportunities that Michigan State has and what we do as a team and what we're able to do, it just made me appreciate more about my position. I appreciate all the things that I have, all the opportunities I have. It just opened my eyes a little bit, made me realize, I have it really good. Even though, Michigan State isn't like the number one golf school, compared to ASU or all the other ones that are doing hot, I still have it pretty darn good compared to other people, and I just appreciate that. Everything more. It just made me appreciate everything.
I got to ask, did being closer to home influence the MSU decision at all? Was that something that was kind of a good selling point on it?
Yeah, for sure. I kind of had like a similar level feeling to Ohio State. So I was getting recruited to Ohio State as well. And I really liked it too. But one of the bigger points of going to state is that I could just go home whenever I want, see my grandparents, see my dad and mom. And so that kind of pushed it over the edge.
Are you close to your grandparents as well? Is that something?
I am.
Oh,
and
awesome.
So, yeah, I have a really good relationship with them. And I'm always happy to see them. So.
Yeah, no, that's great. It's great to have family values, man. Just not valuing the precious things, like the fragile things in life that really matter is a big thing. Not looking always for monetary gain or just something that was bought with money. You can't buy a relationship like that.
Exactly.
No, I love to see that. As you go in the future, Lorenzo, I know obviously there's partial goals that you must have where it's I want to make a good amount of money from this so I can do this professionally. I want to reach a certain level of golf. What are some of the other goals in your life that you would view as a happy life when you're older?
Well, sustainable off of my golf earnings. Another goal is, maybe staying close to family like my parents have. So I'm Filipino, and I'm first generation born in the U.S. And so in the Philippines, the culture is like really close-knit family. Your cousins are almost like your brother and sister, pretty much. And I don't know if that's the same here, but that close family relationship kind of brought it here into the U.S., and I don't really feel it as much as I felt it in the Philippines when I was over there, and so just trying to keep family close like that too is another goal I'd like to keep. And then, yeah, those are the two main goals. Pretty much my life right there, golf and family and God. Well,
yeah, pretty good goals. But yeah, if anybody wants to check it out, Brian Rector, I've shouted him out before. Check out the Confluence podcast. Had Lorenzo on. Want to learn a little bit more about his faith-filled life as well? Check out that podcast. We had a little bit more of the golf specialized, a little bit of your past specialized here instead. Lorenzo, with the media experience that you've had so far, what are some of the experiences you've had that the audience might not know? You talked about to me before we started the show, you were on a radio station out in Lansing. Can you expound on that a little bit?
Yeah, so this is my second setup with the microphones and the headphones. I wish I remember the station, but it was me and my friend Drew Miller, who is a class of 24, which is the class below me, and we both went on to do radio. So it's not a podcast, but we were live, and so we did that, and it was a big thing because we're both really close. We played in the U.S. floorball together. We had a lot of success together, and we were both Michigan State golfers. We're the future of the program. And so that was really nice, the first experience having like that. And then I've had a couple interviews with when I was younger, playing good in a couple tournaments. They'd pull me aside and ask a couple questions how I played today. So this is my first rodeo, and I actually really like this environment and talking about everything and just answering questions. So
yeah, you seem extremely comfortable with it, Lorenzo. Have you ever thought about starting possibly a podcast built around your golf career?
You know what? I haven't thought of it, but I definitely haven't turned my back on it. So
yeah, if you ever want some help getting started, I got you, man. 'Cause
Sure.
You've been killing it so far. I've had a really fun time this interview.
Thank you. Yeah, this has been really fun too.
Yeah, great. Any shout-outs that you'd like to give to your family, your friends, people who have been in your corner, leading you up to where you are right now before I let you go?
Yep. Shout out to my family, mom, dad, everybody supported me, my brother, everybody in Michigan and in New York as well. Everybody. I want to shout out my roommate Lucas for being a really good roommate so far. Really made my experience really good. And shout out to my teammates, the rest of them, and my coaches.
Thank you so much for coming on, Lorenzo. I have had a great time with you. That is all for the first of the 17-episode series that we are going to be doing until the end of the semester. On the road to episode 50, we're going to reach 100 by the end of senior year. I can promise you guys that. Lorenzo Pinili, thank you so much for coming on. You're going to kill it. I can't wait to be watching my screen one day, look at it, be able to tell people I saw that guy hitting that birdie right there.
Yeah.
great having you on, man.
Yep,
I
thanks for
hope that
having
you
me.
had fun.